द कश्मीर फाइल एक फिल्म नहीं है, एक आंदोलन है और इस आंदोलन के साथ जुड़ने की कटिबद्धता भारत से इस फिल्म को देखने के बाद जो लोग बाहर निकले हैं वो औरों तक भी पहुंचा रहे हैं। ये फिल्म उस सत्य को उजागर करती है जो हिंदी फिल्म के पर्दे पर कभी देखा ना गया हो। इतना ही नहीं है बल्कि वो अखबारों के माध्यम से, लेखों के माध्यम से, वक्ताओं के माध्यम से भी बहुत कम अंश में आम जनता तक पहुंचा है।
I want to start out by paying our tribute to Vivek Agnihotri ji. His movie exposes the truth of the Kashmiri Hindu genocide that was hidden for 32 years.
It's gut-wrenching. It's a true story of our people, and I think the worst part is hiding and denying the truth.
The reason is that because this is it's a brutally honest movie about what happened to our Kashmiri community.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming here today for a special viewing of the Kashmir Files. This is the first time that the story of our genocide is being brought in front of the world.
There were indications all over the times when I lived there. There used to be an India-Pakistan cricket match, and guess what? If Pakistan won, it was always a great moment in Kashmir. They used to celebrate with firecrackers and everything.
Today's special screening has a special significance for Kashmiri Pandits. Millions of Kashmiri Pandits in India and all over the world have gotten together and are watching the movie together as we speak.
I mean, it was a terrific times. I mean, I remember times I was back in a place in Chandpura, and I was sitting at my uncle's place, and during the night it all started in mosques, and they started calling, Hum Kya Chahte Azadi and all that stuff, and it was a terrifying moment for all of us. I'm really looking forward for this movie.
It should not happen to any human being. What happened, what should be condemned by whole humanity.
And before it was just a joke kind of a thing. Then it became more like you could sense that very same insult is slightly different. The eyes were different now, and the feeling on the body was different. It was not just a joke that you are a minority, you are the Indian guy, let's make fun of you. But the whole that sense changed, became more ominous.
Sometimes I feel myself ashamed of saying this, that being an Indian, we are so coward that we can't do anything and just sing the song of secularism in the world.
There was kind of a stunning that happens when you watch this movie. The reason is that because this is it's a brutally honest movie about what happened to our Kashmiri community.
Ensuring the safety of the lives and property of its citizens is the responsibility of the state machinery. But I'm sorry to say the state of India failed us miserably on that account.
Immediately, I was at a work site when I learned this thing happened. That work site was around like 50 miles away from the Srinagar city. I came running, and it was a very tough job to reach my place. I was driving my vehicle myself, but I managed to reach, and I packed my family and left for Jammu.
I think this is the first time the truth about this part of our history has actually come out.
What's chilling is it all happened and it was true, and so I think it's in particular an important movie to watch because it's part of history that we typically don't hear about. It's even though it just happened 32 years ago.
I had heard about all of these things, but it is nothing like seeing it. The film is such a powerful medium. Most of people in India are in denial. They don't know the details. They didn't, even when they knew, they could not believe it because of what they wanted to believe.
This film exemplifies how the human rights of hundreds of thousands of people were violated in broad daylight, and a 5,000-year-old civilization was uprooted.
It's time we stopped putting our head in the sand like ostriches and, encounter the real world.
For 32 years, Nothing. Nobody knows what happened. It's so shocking, and even our Hindus don't know.
Same thing now. This is the time to get some action. We can talk till tomorrow, but it will not make any effect. I request all of you, if it has touched your heart, please do something. Protect our community, protect our values.
What happened to our government of India? This process was going on for years.
Unfortunately, I hear a lot of people saying we didn't know this was happening in India. That's your fault, you know. You ought to know everything what is happening in India. And to hide behind a statement we didn't know, 30 years have gone. I find it mind-boggling that first time you are understanding what happened.
So I would just like to request everyone if we can get our children to see this movie, because that is the hardest part.
We've seen this movie, an excellent job by Vivek Agnihotri, but we need a voice. I was appalled to understand that only 10% of the Indians vote on a regular basis.
I just saw this movie. It made me cry because it's very inhuman. It should not have happened at all, and it should never happen again.
पर विवेक अग्निहोत्री जी का बहुत बहुत आभारी हैं हम लोग कि उन्होंने कुछ ऐसा सच जो अब तक छिपा हुआ था ज्वलंत कश्मीर के अंदर, जो लोगों को बिल्कुल नहीं पता था, वो दिखाया.
It's gut-wrenching. It's a true story of our people, and I think the worst part is hiding and denying the truth.
The whole point is कि अभी वेस्ट बंगाल में अभी भी ये हो रहा है. I know in Malda this same situation is going on. Same thing happening in Kerala also right now. So we should do something for that, especially for the young generation, and we have a media power and we have to speak it out.
Since the media, the Facebook or all these platforms which are very famous now, and even the young generations are on it, so we can try to reach to all of them.
और अग्निहोत्री को और उनकी पूरी टीम को इसके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूँ कि वो इंडिया चाहे पूरे दुनिया के लोगों का आँख खोल दिए.
मूवी देखकर it was very impactful, and we really felt so sorry that being an Indian and we didn't know about this, and India government अपने देश में रह के भी लोग कैसे रहते हैं, it's really sad to know that.
AMC थिएटर में द कश्मीर फाइल के स्क्रीनिंग के बाद चलते हुए मोहन जी, आप ऑर्गेनाइजर में सक्रिय रहे और कैसा रहा आपके लिए अनुभव? आपने भी पिक्चर पहली बार देखी?
जी, तो मैंने भी ये पिक्चर पहली बार ही देखी है. कश्मीर फाइल्स देख के तो मैं बिल्कुल बस स्तंभ रह गया. मुझसे तो बात भी नहीं हो पाई. मैं बड़ा भावुक था कि कैसे इतनी निर्ममता से टेररिस्ट लोगों ने, आतंकवादियों ने जो कश्मीरी हिंदू लोग थे उनका कैसे कत्लेआम किया. तो मैं कम से कम आज ये फिल्म देख पाया और विवेक जी को मुबारकबाद देना चाहता हूँ. उनको बहुत उनकी प्रशंसा मेरे मन में है कि उन्होंने कितनी अच्छी तरीके से जो फैक्ट्स हैं उनको उन्होंने दर्शाया और जो कश्मीर में हुआ है बिल्कुल वही चीज़ें उन्होंने हूबहू दिखाई हैं.
इस फिल्म का प्रदर्शन न्यूयॉर्क में AMC थिएटर में एक ऐसे आयोजन की तरह होता है जैसे कि आप कोई अपने पावन कर्तव्य का निर्वहन करने के लिए सम्मिलित रूप से किसी की पीड़ा में सम्मिलित होने जाते हैं. किसी की वेदना जो कि किसी और की नहीं आपकी अपनी है, उसका परिचय पाने के लिए जाते हैं, अपनी आंखें खोलने के लिए आते हैं. तो इस तरह का महत्वपूर्ण प्रदर्शन इस फिल्म का न्यूयॉर्क में किसी व्यावसायिक ढंग से न होकर एक प्रकार से स्व प्रेरित कर्तव्य भावना को लेकर हो रहा है. मोहन वांचू, उनके साथी डॉक्टर वीरेंद्र, अनिल मट्टू इत्यादि सारी टीम का धन्यवाद करने के साथ साथ हैरम स्टूडियो के लिए विशेष रूप से ये रिपोर्ट तैयार करने के लिए मेरे साथी कृपा रंजन प्रसाद भी उसी भारत प्रेम और सेवा भाव के साथ यहाँ आए, उनका भी आभार व्यक्त कर रहा हूँ मैं.